What's up everyone? Today I'm giving you a free preset pack that will allow you to zoom into a specific area when you're dealing with screen recordings. Often I'm trying to isolate a certain area, and this preset pack will allow you to do that and blur the background and customize the exposure and so much more. And it's free. All you have to do is click that like button and subscribe for more. Let's show you how to download and use this pack, as well as showing you how to create this from scratch. Click the link in the description down below and consider becoming a member to my YouTube channel, because that helps support me and allows me to keep creating free stuff like this. All you have to do is click download. Once you download the preset pack, all you have to do is right click on your zip and click extract all. And then inside the extracted folder, you'll see we have a preset file. Now all you have to do is open up Premiere and right click on presets under the effects window and click on import presets. Now we're going to navigate to wherever we downloaded that pack and click open. As soon as you do that, you'll see that under HOLLAND presets, there's a new folder called screen recording, first layer and second layer. So in order to use this pack, all you have to do is find a spot that you want to highlight. So for example, when I open up my sequence settings right here, I would like to have that zoom in and highlight. All you have to do is go to the start of when that dialog box opens, so right there, and click C on your keyboard and make a cut, and then go to the end when that box goes away. And then I'm going to go to the end, just like so, and click C on my keyboard and make a cut. And now I'm going to hold Alt on a PC or Option on a Mac and drag that layer up. Now, all you have to do is see that I have two effects under screen recording, first layer, second layer. So I'm going to drag the first layer to the first video layer, and I'm going to drag the second layer to the top layer. As you can see, our first layer is actually going to be our background, so that's going to control our blur and exposure. And our top layer is our crop, transform, and shadow. So what I like to do is click on our top video layer and click this left arrow or right arrow to get to our second keyframe. And now what I want to do is determine the scale and position of my box. So for example, I'm looking at this sequence settings box right here, and I like that setting and I like the position as well. So I'm going to highlight the position and scale and copy that, click the right arrow key and simply paste it. You'll know that those keyframes have copied over to the second to last keyframes. These are the only two keyframes that you'll need to modify. Now we can adjust our crop. So I'm going to click and drag to the right to adjust my left crop. And fun little tip, when you hold shift, it will actually go faster. And then when you hold control, it will go slower. But if you hold shift and control, it will go extremely slow. So this is how you can get a perfect line when you are doing this to crop out something. So I'm basically just going to the edges of my image right here that I'd like to crop out. And once I am happy with that, I will just be done with the cropping portion of this. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, if I play this back, it seamlessly scales in, the background is blurred, and it also has a darkness applied to it. Now, if I click on my first layer, you'll see that I can adjust the middle keyframes of blurriness and exposure. So for example, if I wanted this to be darker, like let's say -6, I can simply copy that keyframe, paste it over onto the right side. So this means that it would become a darker background image to really isolate that center image that I'm trying to isolate. You can also adjust the blurriness. So if you don't actually want it to be blurry at all, you can just change those middle keyframes to 0. Or if you want it to be extremely blurry, you can do that as well. Just copy that keyframe over to the next one. And since everything's automatic, it will automatically scale back in. So it's kind of like a seamless transition. With that said, if you want to adjust these keyframes, feel free to click and drag them wherever you want. Remember, only modify the second and second to last keyframes. So for example, if you move them up in time, it will speed up that animation. You also have to do your bottom layer as well. So what I like to do is go to where I moved it to and then click on my bottom layer and then highlight both those. So then that animation is seamless. It's the same concept for a window that isn't centered. So let's say I want to isolate this section right here, just copy that, drag my first layer, and then drag my second layer, and then go to my second layer, and then I want to adjust the framing of this like so. Copy both those, ending second keyframe, and then simply adjust the cropping. Feel free to play around with this because it's not destructive. So you can move this around once you get your cropping set up to really isolate and figure out the area that you want to get it into. You can also do an edge feather. So if you want to feather your crop so it blends a little bit more, you can do that. And drop shadow. So if you want this to be a specific color, you can click on that drop shadow and adjust it accordingly. You can also stack these. So if you want more than one pop-out box, all you have to do is duplicate your video layer again and apply another second layer and do the same settings as before with cropping and stuff like that. Now let's show you how to actually create this preset. Start with chopping up your clip so that it has a dialog box that you would like to pop out. And then on your first video layer, all you're gonna do is go to the effects tab and type in Gaussian blur and drag that on. And then you're also going to type in Lumetri color and drag that on as well. And then go to the beginning and add a keyframe under blurriness, and then go down into basic correction and exposure and add a keyframe. I'm gonna hold the shift key and the right arrow key, let's say 2 or 3 times, and then I'm gonna add another keyframe. Let's say 15 on the blurriness, and then let's do -2 on the exposure. And then all I have to do is copy these second keyframes and then put them somewhere over to the end, and then the shift right arrow key 3 times again, and then set these down to 0, and then set the exposure down to 0 as well. And now I'm going to highlight both of my starting keyframes and right click on them and go to ease out, highlight my second keyframes and go to ease in, and do the same thing for these ones. Highlight my middle second to last one and go to ease out, and then highlight the ending ones and go to ease in. Now I'm going to highlight both of those ending keyframes and drag them to the right, all the way to the end. It's just easier to do this because it's kind of harder to see and click these keyframes when they're at the end. So now that first layer looks like this. It basically blurs and darkens the background. And that's a preset in itself. So you can save that. So all you have to do is Control click both of those, or Command click on Mac, right click, save preset, name this whatever you want, and then you can click scale. That will simply scale these keyframes. So when this clip gets shorter or longer, it will keep these keyframes attached to the intro and the outro. And then you can save that. Now all we have to do is hold Alt and duplicate that layer, click on your second video layer, and let's delete the Gaussian blur and the Lumetri color. And then we're going to click on our top video layer and type in crop, drag that onto our top layer, transform, drag that onto our top layer, and drop shadow, and drag that onto our top layer. Now we want to do the same process. Go to the very beginning. You don't need to add any keyframes under crop, but under transform, we're going to change the position and scale, add a keyframe. Under drop shadow, we're going to change the opacity to 0, direction to 0, and distance to 0, and add a keyframe under opacity. Now I'm going to hold shift and the right arrow key 3 times, since that's what I did before, and then change the opacity to 100. And then let's change the scale to like 150 or something, just to give us a starting point and not manipulate the position, but we are going to add a keyframe there. Same concept as before. Let's highlight all of those keyframes, go somewhere towards the end, and paste those keyframes. And then we can also highlight all of our beginning keyframes, and then the shift right arrow key 3 times and paste those keyframes. Highlight your first keyframes, temporal interpolation, right click and go to ease out. Highlight your second keyframe, temporal interpolation, ease in, and do the same process for these ones. Highlight the second to last, temporal interpolation, ease out, and highlight your last keyframes, go to ease in. And then highlight both those endings and drag those out to the left. Now we have this, so it comes in like so, and this is actually the preset. So again, we can control click all of these, right click, save preset, scale, name it whatever you want. And just for fun, you can see that if we drag our crops in, we have just created this preset pack. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, click that like button and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, stay creative, and I'll see you next time.